Good afternoon and welcome. Oh, good afternoon. Gee, talking to myself, it's 7 o'clock. No afternoon, evening. Anyway, you're very well. That's my chair creaking. Let me get onto this chair properly. Put a bit of weight on and stop it creaking. You're very welcome to talking to myself, and I hope I'm talking to you. Let me have this 1 second just to wish everyone from Instagram. They've probably been watching me for a while. I never realised I had any following on Instagram, and I was speaking to someone last night, and they said to me that they'd watched me on Instagram, but not a lot of my chats. They were just, my quotes and stuff like that, and really enjoyed it. And I had a look at Instagram, and I see I nearly have 1,000 followers there. I've never done anything. Oh, geez, I'm concentrating now. So welcome, all those Instagrammies. Is that what you call yourself? Anyway, and certainly hello, TikTok. I love you all. And of course, Facebook, the original. Anyway, I'm always inspired by something that might happen during the day that puts me on camera tonight or the other day. If not that, I will be telling a story from the past, from a newspaper article that I see that reminds me of something in the past that happened to me, as you know that. Anyway, this one I was inspired the other day. I was out having lunch or dinner somewhere in a restaurant, and I felt my trousers were floppy. I mean, the width of them. I'm not talking about my waist. Floppy, or my belly. Floppy. And I thought, well, how are the legs stretched or something? And I thought, I must check that when I go home. They're good quality trousers, the lightweight trousers. Anyway, I got home and I forgot about checking. In fact, I forgot about it for the next day I put them on. So it was in the morning I put them on and I looked in the mirror. And the legs had, let me just, before I tell you that, I always like when I buy my trousers, I bring them to the tailor to have them shortened just above the shoe. I mean, just that you wouldn't notice, almost hovering at the shoe, almost hovering. But this time I looked in the mirror and they were like hanging on my shoes, wrinkles in the material on my shoes. I thought, the stitching must have come out where they'd taken them up or something. So I had to look, nothing. And it dawned on me, oh God, I'm shrinking. They told me, and I thought it would never happen to me. When you get older, you go down. But I never felt I'd lost any weight. And anyone with any of my friends, and if they were shorter, they were always shorter. Maybe they were losing their height as well. I was shrinking. Couldn't believe it. As I said to Wendy, she said, you are, definitely. We all do when we get older. And I thought, God, what a sign of getting older. And that sort of inspired me to think of things that happen when you get older. There's a word that people use when they're older, because our memories are not that great. Do you ever notice the way time goes? I think that's the cruelest thing, outside of getting ill, of course, of getting older, is time. It's sort of, to me, there's no more Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday anymore. Monday comes and then it's Friday. Did you ever notice that? It's time, or December. It's almost Christmas, almost the New Year. I haven't really felt this year going by at all. Now, see, when you were young, I don't know if this was with you guys, but when I was young, when I talk about 12 or 13, I always wanted to be a teenager. Always. And when I was a teenager, I always wanted to be like older. So it seems everything, sometimes I wish you were born, and I don't mean this in any bad way, but I wish we were all born with a bit of illness. And as we get older, it gets better. So when you get to a certain age, you're full health and everything. And time goes slowly. But it doesn't, does it? So as you get older, but there's a word that we use when we're older, because our memories are not that great, are they? Now, come on. Oh, don't be sitting there saying, oh, Jesus, mine's perfect. No, it's not. The word we use, I'm laughing, is word thingy. Now think about it. Stop and think. Thingy. When you try to describe someone, you can't remember what you're describing. You'd say, well, now I went and I got that thingy. What do you call it? That thingy. Think about it now. There's a word you'll use all the time, maybe quite a few times a day, when you're trying to describe something. Oh, I saw this thingy in the shop. What? It's red. Yeah, go on. And, and it's that thing, the thingy I'm talking about. Or even when you're describing something you saw on television, and the person said, well, what was it called? And these are things that I know it's not funny, but the word thingy is a word. Yeah, that thingy. The other thing is that, of course, if you drop something, I don't know about you, but the first thing that goes into your mind, do I really need it? You know what I mean? So things that I find also a little upsetting as you get older, and that's stairs. You see behind me, that's my stairs. I'm in a townhouse, but I live in a townhouse. But, it sort of struck me the other day. I was in a store which had a lift from the car park up to the first floor. But I had nothing to carry with me. So, I don't want to admit anything. I went up the stairs as quick as I could because I'm terrified of falling. As you get a bit older, you always hear these stories, and thank God, Baruch Hashem is a word we use. Thank God that I shouldn't use the word him. I should be saying Hashem. But I have never broke something. I'm trying to think of it. I've never even broken a finger. Never. So I'm terrified of falling because you're told when you're older that when you fall you can have pneumonia or something like that. I've had the shot. I hope you've had your pneumonia shots. I believe they last for a lifetime. So I've been told. Anyway, so I'm in this store the other day, and this is what brought it home to me. I'm always going up the stairs. I'm always careful and make sure I'm holding onto the railings going up the stairs. I'm not going up the stairs like an old man now. I'm not. But I go up there carefully. And I come down carefully. But you ever notice someone, even in their 40s, they're down the stairs, like this, and not even holding on to anything. And you're, oh, because I'm definitely getting old. I certainly am. Or putting your shoes on. These are all the signs. Those thingies. Your shoes, what I mean. Anyway, these are the things, and I'm sure, I'm sure if you're listening to there are things also that you can maybe comment on, and we can have a chat about it. But honestly, the shrinking. Do we all lose our height when we're older? I don't feel that I've lost any height, but only noticed when my trousers are longer than they should be. There might be something wrong with those trousers. I must try something else on. But I never noticed it. I was just wondering why were they feeling so floppy? Anyway, I thought I'd said, the other day I told a Christmas joke, and it went down really well. It was anyway. It doesn't. I'm not going to say it again now because I said yesterday or whatever day it was. But here's one. I was trying to think of an older type of joke, and this is a joke about when his name, believe it or not, is Paddy, and he's lying on his deathbed in hospital, and his wife was by his side. He says, "Maggie, are you there?" Not the poor man who's dying, and she says, "I am here, Paddy." "Oh, Maggie, I was just thinking you're always by my side, Maggie. Always there. You remember, Maggie, when I went off to fight the Hun and I was shot in the leg and taken home, brought to St. Patrick Dunn's Hospital? Where were you? By my side." And then, of course, the Nazis got me then, the Second World War, in the arm. You remember I was shot in the arm? You remember that? They flew me home, back into Paddy Dunn's again. And where were you, Maggie? You were by my side. Oh, there, do you remember the shop in Fairview that we opened up, that little shop? Oh, we were sure we'd do well. We're selling jumpers. Of course, you remember jumpers, scarves, and all these things. 2 years. Do you remember what happened, Maggie? We went bust. We went bankrupt. We'd lost everything. And where were you, Maggie? By my side. And now, Maggie, I'm on my deathbed. And where are you? You're by my side. You know something, Maggie? You're a feckin' jinx. Hey, excuse the word fecking. That is not the same as the English word. No. It's the Irish version of the English word. Anyway, listen, thanks for joining me on Talking to Myself, Talking to You. And I hope you have a wonderful, safe evening. And Don't get any old. Jeez, we'll be older tomorrow.